welcome to everyone. Baba, good evening. How are you?
Fine, very good.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, this is the first of hopefully many more to come. So, just to give a background to all those who don't know me, my name is Aparak. I am his son, and ask him to give his introduction himself. So, I stay in Delhi. My father is based out of Jaipur right now, and we are living uh, during very unprecedented times when we don't get to meet each other as regularly as we wish we could. So we just thought of doing these chit chats for about 10-15 minutes and record them for us to look back maybe years down the lane. Hopefully you enjoy these conversations. I hope we would for sure. So this is it. Baba, you want to give an introduction to yourself? You
No,
have a
I am
fairly
fine. I am fine. I'm your father. That is the best introduction I have.
I guess so. I guess so. Perfect. So, Baba, the idea behind having these conversations is while you are known in across many circles for all that you've done, but I like to keep things very simple. I like to talk about things that I understand, right? And I would love to get your perspective on that. So
Okay.
today's first conversation, the title is Mangsho Bhat, right? So let me start with my first question. And the first question that I ask you is, how was a typical weekend for you while you were growing in Kanpur? And I'm talking about your school days. Typically, what was weekend like for you?
Weekend life, as such, the concept of weekend was not there in our time. No, we
Right.
used to have only Sundays, and all other days were we used to go to school, and we really cursed that. We didn't. I never liked going to school, and but
Absolutely. Like father,
we
like
look
son.
forward. Yeah, we look forward to Sunday naturally,
Right.
and naturally when you are in a family, when you are in a big family, then there are many things you can do on Sundays, because everyone is there at home and kind of we can do many things. And in our time, there was not so much of homework and all kind of thing, and
Right.
not a Monday test and all these things were not there. So we were really kind of, and the best thing was that our parents did not have any expectation from us also. They were very happy go lucky as we were. If we have done well in our exams, is very good. If we have not done, it is also very good. So it was like that. So we look forward to Sundays, and
So weekends were confined to Sundays. There was no weekend which includes Saturdays. I think which goes true to us also because I did my schooling for mothers, as you know, Baba, and we never had the concept of Saturday and Sunday. Sunday was the only off that we used to get.
yes,
So my question to you is, see, I'll now take a cue back here. See, why I ask Sundays is because as a Bengali family, food is very very important to us. It's an integral part of life, right? So when I think of weekends, right from us growing up, taking that mini bus to Connaught Place, going to Nerla's, having that mini meal, to our times when we went abroad and then we went to Jaipur, our acquaintance with many restaurants. So our love for food has always grown over the years. But what was it while growing up? Do you have a concept of eating out when you were a kid?
our concept of eating out was not so much there.
Okay.
Maybe because we were in a very big joint family, and
Hmm.
all our entertainment, you call it entertainment, friends, everything was that we were getting from the family.
Right.
So as such, we will go for eating purposes and all that. Perhaps when we are going for say Durga Puja,
Right.
we are going to buy some new shoes and all that.
Right.
All the paltan of our brothers and sisters, they will go to a particular shop in Kanpur, and we'll buy our shoes according to whatever our choices and all that. And
Hmm.
after that, we would go by rickshaw.
See,
And after when we come back, before we are coming back, we would go to a chaat shop or something like that,
I was
and
about to
have
say.
fuchkas and all kinds of things and all. And that was our outing. And conventional like dinner and lunch, what the way we are going nowadays.
Eating
Like,
out was not ornamental, like you don't dress up, you go out for lunch or
no,
dinner.
no,
It was
no.
more of knickknacks, snacks,
Yes,
golgappe kha liye, chaat kha liya. That is the kind of food that you ate
yes,
out.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
the reason why I asked this, Baba, because obviously I know my family inside out. When I say eating out, was it mainly with family or with it with friends? Because I know you have a very colorful childhood. Movies were an integral part of your life.
Hmm.
So when I say eating out could be thaggu ke laddu also. So what does that remind you of that time?
Actually, let me tell you, eating out with the family was
Hmm.
very little. As I told you, during occasions and all that, maybe once or twice or thrice a year, something like
Okay,
that.
okay,
No, it's
okay.
not, and more or less, it was like chaat shop, snacks,
Right,
this thing,
right, right,
that.
right. Hmm.
And but with my friends, I have very few friends.
Okay,
Um, I had maybe three friends, I
okay,
can think of,
right.
and and then every day in the evening
Hmm.
we would go somewhere,
Right,
on
right,
our skill.
right, right.
We'll like to go to a long ride, and we'll go there, and we'll eat some dahi bhalla, tikya, and all kinds of things, and then we will come back. And I, from a very early age days, I used to started taking pan. I
Acha.
love pan. Sofia pan of Kanpur was so good,
Yes.
and for everything we had a shop,
Right.
because I know that I am going to take pan. It is Raghu's pan, something
Acha.
like that, something like, everything was fixed, something, and we really enjoyed that. And we every day we used to go on a long ride. I mean, it is not like from Housekhas to Connaught Place, not that,
Hmm.
but we used to go from Aryanagar, where I used to live, and to say Birhana Road or Meston Road or Mall Road. They were not
Long
that.
is subjective. As
Yeah,
per Kanpur standard, that was a long ride.
yeah, that was a long drive, and we used to really love that. And we used to go by cycle, and sometimes we used to go to, IIT from Aryanagar,
काफी
because
दूर है वो तो घर
yes,
से.
quite far. And then one of my friends, his sister, his brother-in-law was a
हाँ.
professor in IIT,
अच्छा.
and we would take a cycle, and then we go to this IIT, just for lunch,
Okay.
and take lunch at sister's place, and then we'll
Hmm.
come back. So this was the thing, and we really enjoyed that, And I can tell you a very interesting incident.
Right. Please, please.
What happened is, once everybody in the family got sick because of food poison,
Okay. Okay.
and everyone was almost dying, when everyone was not appearing for the exam and this and that.
Hmm.
And the next day, my friends, my two friends came to me,
Hmm.
and they said, let us चलते हैं चलो.
Hmm.
हमने कहा आज कैसे जाएंगे, आज तो तबीयत खराब है मेरी. बोले
हाँ.
नहीं, कुछ नहीं है,
Hmm.
तबीयत खराब नहीं, चलो मेरे साथ.
ठीक.
तो हमने कहा कि चलो चलते हैं. तो we took our cycles, and normally I did not that day, मैंने साइकिल नहीं चलाया.
Okay.
मेरे
You were not
my
well.
friend took
हाँ
me,
जी. हाँ.
double ride. My friend took me, and we went to the same shop in Mall Road, and we had all. I was suffering like hell, I was
हाँ.
food poison and all that, but
हाँ.
the chaat was so tempting that I
Hmm.
started eating that, and golgappa and aloo ki tikya and all that. And he came back, and you will not believe.
Hmm.
Next day, I became all right.
पर जहर ही जहर को मारता है मतलब.
Nothing, people were dying. तो लोगों ने कहा तुम्हारा हिम्मत बहुत है. हमने कहा हिम्मत से ज्यादा हमारी जीभ को जरूरत थी चाट और पकौड़ों की. तो मैंने खाया और मुझे अच्छा लगा, और I was fine, and I appeared for the exam, and I did very well in the exam also.
बहुत बढ़िया.
So
Very nice.
this is very very interesting. Just since you are asking me, then that reminds me of my old
Stories
days.
of a more simpler time, I guess. So
Yes.
coming back to Sunday, like you said, Baba, Sunday was the only day when it was an off.
Yes.
And I know a big part of your growing up was at your mama's house. It
Yes.
was a huge joint family.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that the Sunday lunch used to be at that place,
Yes.
right? So can you just give me a brief description of a typical Sunday lunch? मतलब क्या कौन क्या बनाता था और क्या बनता था?
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. Actually, you have asked me a very, very kind of, right question,
अच्छा,
and and I was expecting it from you.
right, absolutely.
Because there is no sincerer love than food, and nobody understands it better than you.
ठीक ठीक.
So what happened was that Sunday lunches we look forward to.
Hmm.
At Sunday lunch means everything is fixed.
Right, अच्छा,
My Boromaima,
हाँ,
my Boromaima will prepare Mangsho Bhat,
okay,
typical Mangsho Bhat, and that day there will be no dal sabji and all that. It will be
अच्छा,
pure Mangsho Bhat.
ठीक,
And pure Mangsho Bhat, the 3 kilo of meat will come
okay,
for 20 people.
okay,
So 150 grams per person.
अच्छा,
And as you know, Bengalis add lot of potatoes in
but
aloo.
आलू के सिवाय वो मांगसो is
Now,
not
without
complete.
aloo, there is no mangsho in
True.
Bengali family,
जी,
And we used to love it, We used to love it. And since it was 25 people,
right,
it was always a lot of jhol,
right, ठीक,
a lot of jhol with that. And since there was no dal and sabji and all that, so there were a lot of jhol, aloo, mangsho, and naturally bhat. And those days we never used to have this thing, dining table.
अच्छा, अच्छा,
In our kitchen, Marwari's kitchen, it was quite a big kitchen and all that. Boromaima will serve everybody
hmm,
Mangsho Bhat, and we will come one by one. No time was fixed. That after 1 o'clock you go, and it will continue till 3 o'clock, 3:30, something like that.
okay,
And
okay,
we'll sit on the floor. We'll sit on the floor with a big thala and bati and this kind of things, jolir gilas and all.
hmm,
And we will have a lunch, and that was there was no concept of that weight बढ़ जा रहा है मीट खाने से ये मर जाओगे या तुम्हारा कोलेस्ट्रॉल बढ़
कोलेस्ट्रॉल बढ़
जाएगा.
रहा है,
Concepts were not there, and thank God they were not there.
right,
We used to eat as if we are not going to have our next food, something like that. We used to eat hog, we will not call it eat. We used to hog, and the food was so good. It was so tasty, and we will go and eat, and everybody Boromaima knew what one wants or likes.
right,
For
right.
example, somebody uh, likes this thing, she will give
So
that
that
portion to
portion of
him.
the meat,
That portion of the meat to him.
नल्ली इसको चाहिए
Something.
तो रान इसको चाहिए,
ये रान इसको चाहिए.
हाँ,
I know that one of my brothers was so fond of ran and all that, and she will keep always ran for him. We used to
right,
sometimes fight that what is this ran we also want,
right,
but it
right,
was always reserved for him, and that is the way. And the most important thing during our, I will also like to tell you something very interesting.
please,
The responsibility of buying mutton
hmm,
was with one of our brothers, my Boro Mama's Boro Chele,
okay,
my eldest son.
right, right, right,
And he knew that every Sunday he has to buy meat for the family.
right,
He
right,
will go. Sometimes he will also take us, one of us, one of our
right,
brothers. So often I have been to with my brother to
okay,
that shop. I remember the name of the person. His name was Hafiz Bhai.
अच्छा,
And the most interesting part was Hafiz Bhai. Whenever I go to his shop, he will tell me the same story again and again and again. And that story is, आपको याद है, आप हमसे कह रहा है वो, आपको याद है आपकी माताजी की शादी में मैंने मीट सप्लाई किया था. मुझे कहां से याद रहेगा भैया, मेरी माता जी की सप्लाई में आपने सप्लाई किया था, लेकिन वो हर समय ये कहते थे कि हमने कहा हाँ हाँ हाँ, आपने तो बताया था पिछली बार। एंड ही रियली एंजॉयड दैट कि इतना पुराना वो मीट सप्लायर है, और हम लोग हमारी माँ के जमाने से हम लोग उससे ही मटन खरीद रहे हैं। एंड ही यूज्ड टू गिव अस, नेचुरली ही वाज वेरी क्लोज टू अस, एंड ही यूज्ड टू गिव अस जो हम लोग चाहते थे, the kind of meat we wanted, he used to give us, and that was quite interesting. And मजेदार बात ये है कि इतनी बार उन्होंने मुझसे ये कहानी कही, every time I enjoyed that.
Exactly.
लगा नहीं कि अरे आपने तो कितनी बार कहा था, काहे इतनी बार कह रहे हैं कहानी, लेकिन मैं कहा हाँ आपने,
some stories never become boring,
and मुझे कभी कुछ याद नहीं रहता था।
नहीं, क्योंकि बाबा आप ये कह रहे हैं, उससे मुझे याद आया, आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर माई संडे। हमारा, लाइक आई सेड, वी ऑल्सो हैड ओनली वन ऑफ विच वाज संडे। मुझे याद है हम सुबह पढ़ाई लिखाई में तो हम लोग, आप जानते हैं हम कैसे थे, उतने अच्छे थे नहीं, तो सुबह से कोई कार्टून वार्टून देखते थे, देन महाभारत रामायण होता था वो देखा कि करते थे। उसके बाद आई रिमेम्बर यू हैड अ एसडी till the longest period of time.
Yes.
After that, you suddenly one day got very angry with that bike because वो चलता नहीं था, कुछ खराब हो गया था, so you gave it away. और बीच में एक बहुत कम समय के लिए we also had a scooter, प्रिया स्कूटर। तो मैं दोनों में, मुझे याद है प्रिया स्कूटर में खड़े हुए जाता था, और एसडी में वो लिटरली वो आप सामने बैठ के जाता था। एंड आईआईटी कैंपस में ही एक मटन शॉप हुआ करता था। आई यूज्ड टू गो देयर, एंड 1 किलो मीट आया करता था हमारे घर में, एंड मांगशो भात जिसे कहते हैं ना, which is the title of today's discussion, मांगशो भात हुआ करता था। And for all those who don't understand मांगशो भात, I'm sure everybody has understood by now, मांगशो भात is nothing but mutton rice. And I think the reason why I chose to speak about मांगशो भात, Baba, is because I think in everyone's life there's a मांगशो भात.
Yes.
मांगशो भात is मांगशो भात to us. For somebody it could be appam and stew. For somebody it could be ilish mach and bhat. For somebody it could be, fried chicken with some other sauce or something. But I think it transports back us to a time which was simpler, to our youth, to our days when we were growing up. So my last question to you, I can go on and on, but my last question to you for today at least, Baba, is what is that one life philosophy, that one can learn while cooking Mangsho Bhat? Because it takes time to, tenderize the meat. It takes a lot of time. What is that life philosophy that one can learn while cooking and perhaps enjoying Mangsho Bhat?
I will give you two reasons,
Please.
One is our family ties.
Right.
There is no better way of expressing your family affinity and all that.
Right.
During your lunch time on a Sunday, when you are eating Mangsho Bhat or anything,
Right.
Is your family ties, as you know. That is one very, very good, strong reason. Everyone, 20, 25 people in the family,
right,
they are joining together for lunch, and maybe in a difference of some half an hour or 1 hour, something like that.
Right.
And that used to give a lot of solidarity, a lot of kind of bonhomie among the family members and all that. That is a simple reason. And second is, I will give you because my background is science. No, I will always like to give you a scientific reason.
Yes.
Mangsho Bhat means you are cooking something.
Right.
When you are cooking something, that means it will be easier for you to digest that.
Right.
That is right. What happens? There is a theory which says that because of cooking, our brain size has increased, and we have become number one in the world. As far as the animal kingdom is concerned,
right.
We are the most intelligent species because our brain size is so big. And that is because of cooking. What happened was, there was a time when there was no cooking, there was no fire.
Okay.
And people used to eat meat. and then we will just chew it.
Right.
And the whole day they will take to chew it
Ah,
and digest it,
right. The
Once the
entire time was
cooking
spent on doing that alone.
yeah.
Okay.
So when fire came, when cooking came, lot of time was spared from digestion, what to do.
Right.
Then your brain started growing, it
Okay.
started growing, the size started growing. And so it is people say that um, eating good food actually helps you. तुम्हारा जो घिलू होता है ना, क्या कहते हैं
जी
उसको?
जी जी.
हाँ, या
आपका जो मस्तिष्क जो है.
मस्तिष्क,
हाँ.
that enlarges. That is, and that's the best thing. There are two ways of looking at things. If you are talking about family ties and all, familial ties and all that, that is one reason. Another is scientifically, if you are spending so much time, and if you are really enjoying your good food, you can think that
That's
your
a
day is so good,
that's a very good news for me at least. I spend
No,
most
no,
of my
yes,
time thinking of what to eat next.
yes. Actually, Bengalis are known for two things.
Okay.
One, they are bhojan rushik,
Absolutely.
that everyone knows that we are talking about. And the
हाँ.
second thing is pet roga. They always have some stomach problem.
ठीक.
They go together with another. And I read quite some time ago about a person like Akhilendra Sen,
Okay.
100 years ago.
Okay.
And I will tell just small. I will end
Please.
the whole thing with a small story. And in one of the stations in Bihar, he was coming from Kolkata.
हाँ हाँ.
In one of the stations in Bihar, he got down and for water and all. And yes, for water and all that. Not for water. For
Okay.
this thing, he wanted to go for toilet purposes.
Okay. For हाँ. ठीक है
Not
ठीक है
for
ठीक है.
toilet
हाँ.
purposes and all that. And he went there and he took some water, and then when he was trying to catch the train, that started moving,
Hmm.
and then he could not catch the train.
Okay.
So he wrote a big letter to then Superintendent of Railways, Bihar division, that because of this problem, that there was no toilet in the this thing train,
Right. Right.
and because of that, I had to miss my train. I had to do so many kind of difficulties and all that. So he suffered really. He suffered because he missed the train. So after receiving his letter, government decided to introduce
Install. Okay.
toilets in the
Lavatories
train.
inside.
You must,
Train.
whenever you are eating, you must thank Akhilendra Sen that
Absolutely.
yes, because of him, railways have toilets.
Very true.
Otherwise, everyone, imagine, we are traveling from Kolkata to
Delhi.
Delhi, and on the way, so many times we have to get down if there
Right.
are no toilets in there. So it is very, very important. You must think about good food,
Yes.
and also brings up. And Bengalis are no exception. They are known for pet kharab, but
Right.
I think everybody
This
has.
is true for everyone, I guess.
Whosoever loves food has problem with pet. So
Right.
they
Right.
go hand in hand.
But I'll take a cue for what you said. Like you said very rightly, known for two things. One, they love eating, and they have issues with their stomach. But that also talks a lot about spirit of this community.
Yes, absolutely.
Regardless of
Absolutely.
what it does
Yes.
to their stomach, खाना नहीं छोड़ना उनको.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, अब मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ. मैं तुम्हें एक कहानी और बताना चाह रहा हूँ.
बताइए.
Since you are asking me questions, and I have so many
Please.
kind of, in Mamarbadi,
हाँ जी.
we used to, during summertime, we used to have sabji walas.
अच्छा. हाँ हाँ. ये कहानी पता है मुझे.
ठेले में
बताइए.
लेके ठेले में लेके
जी.
ठेले में लेके सब्जी वाले आते थे. Every day they used to come around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and Didima will go and buy these sabjis from them. One day the sabji wala comes with all rotten stuff of kaddu or bagan,
Right.
all kinds of rotten stuff. Sada hua mal leke
जी.
aaya.
हाँ.
मैंने उसको बहुत डांटा, क्या बात है, तुम समझते क्या हो यहाँ पर, तो यहाँ पे सब सड़ा उड़ा कर बोले। उसने कहा नहीं माता जी, चौचो, मैंने तो समझा चौचोड़ी बनाने का काम आ जाएगा। एंड माता जी, दीदी माँ ने कहा तुम क्या समझते हो कि जो भी दोगे हम आपको दे दोगे। बट देन द क्वेश्चन ऑफ स्पिरिट, Bengalis love food, they respect food, and they know that every portion is a good food, and
And
they
is
will
edible.
out. Yes, and that is why chochori ho, ghonto ho, anything ho,
Right.
and they know. And that is the spirit. That is the spirit you must understand. It is not enough to say that Bengalis are bhojan rushi. They really love food, but they also love the spirit of food.
Right.
लव
Right.
टू, मैंने किसी को घर में बुला के खाना खिलाना भी बंगाली जानता है।
सही बात. सही बात. Now I'm sure a lot of our friends who I'm sure most of people who would be watching this would be our close friends, acquaintances, maybe some who don't know us, because the idea is to, share these stories with a larger audience. Let's see if that happens. But having said so, I hope we have more stories regarding Chochodi and Ghonto, and stories which go beyond that. So, Baba, thanks for today. It's been a pleasure, as always, speaking to you. And I'm going to speak to you soon again for the next season. Right?
Thank you,
Till
thank you
then,
very much. I really enjoyed because this is the first time I'm doing this kind of thing. So I am,
likewise.
and I hope that I have come somewhat near to your expectation, and I have
More than what I had expected.
the
The
for
point is, and I remember doing this before I started, before I pressed the record button, is we need to enjoy this discussion.
yes.
I think I thoroughly enjoyed my discussion, and I'm going to close this today, and I'm going to start my first drink for the evening. With that, good night, and looking forward to many more discussions, Baba.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.